Hey guys, today we're going to do a unboxing and first look at this Fractal Design Node 304. Picked this up for a home server build. I think it'll be perfect. We can put, as you'll see when we get this open, you can put 6 hard drives in here. And if you guys are looking for Fractal PC parts, I highly suggest checking out m-itx.com. They tend to have the most in stock and the quickest ship times. They do have them up on Amazon and at Newegg sometimes, but they tend to never have very many in stock. It seems like they tend to order them once somebody puts in an order for them. So check out m-itx.com. If you're in the US, it's us.mcix.com. Otherwise, it's redirects you straight to the Canadian site. Let's get this out of here. I apologize for the close angle. I'm not really set up to do large item unboxings. So we have a full color Fractal Design Node 304 pamphlet. With some, if you've had issues, please contact Fractal Design support. I have actually had to talk to Fractal Design support before, and they are extremely responsive in my cases that I've had to ever talk to them. They seem to have extremely good support. These are, I would say this is one of my top 3 case companies that I like. The other 2 being Silverstone and Corsair. But if you want some of like some smaller or just plainer cases these days seem to be hard to come by. So Fractal, I think aesthetically are some of the best looking cases out on the market right now. They do do that kind of Scandinavian minimalist look on things. So we have some heat vents here. Look at the bottom real quick. Try not to touch the front because it is an aluminum front. Your power supply intake, and it's removable. Let's see if I can get it back in. Oh, there we go. And that's it for the bottom. Nice. Looks like they are raised feet, but it is also recessed in a little on the bottom, so you shouldn't have to worry about airflow. But I would not sit this on like carpet. So on the front we have a nice small Fractal Design logo with the power LED indicator. Looks good. On the side we have venting for if you remove one of the drive cages and you want to put in a full-length video card. We have venting on the side. On the back we have a great 140mm exhaust fan and your support for up to 2 slot video cards. This is a unique case as to where you plug into the case and there's going to be a lead down back to the power supply, which it seems like more and more ITX case manufacturers are doing. You have your high, medium, low fan controller. Nice to see, thumb screws from the factory. However, they are a little tight, so you are going to have to use something to, unscrew those. On the front, we have 2 USB 3, your power switch, microphone and headphone jacks, and the exhaust for the power supply. So give me 1 sec, I'll get the cover off, guys, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we got the cover off here. Just had to loosen those screws a little bit with a screwdriver, no big deal. So this is a very interesting case. Like a lot of Fractal cases, it's a black, with some white accents. Their white cases are white with black accents, and they seem to be pretty, opposite of each other. So if this were like, say, white, for instance, there are no white versions of this, but if it were, you would see a white chassis with black drive cages typically. If you look at like the the R4. It's a great case. We'll have a review coming on it shortly, actually. You'll see that it's got this same config with the white drive chassis. So again, we have a 140 millimeter Fractal design fan. On the inside, we have support for full length, not oversized, but full length PSUs. And then we have these unique drive trays where they are do have vibration dampening on them. They can do 2.5 or 3.5 inch drives, and they can each do 2 drives. So if you have 3.5 inch drives, they pair back to back when you screw them in. You screw them in from the bottom. Here is the power cable extension for that back cord. We have, I didn't show you this earlier, and I hope you guys can get a view on this. I apologize if you can't. There are two 92, I believe they're 90, I'll have to check on this. I think they're 92 millimeter fans in the front. And they're both, right up front. They blow across your drives, and then it exhausts out the back. On the other side, we have your front panel connectors. So one nice thing, Fractal, great job with the cabling. This is, I can't overstate how important, at least to me, it is that cables are black, everything looks uniform. Here's your front panel connector. So your USB 3.0 is an internal header. I have to adapt this for the board I'm going to use for this. I will adapt this to a USB 2 by using the built-in, although it's kind of taped down here, the built-in 2.0 adapter. So kudos Fractal for putting that on there, knowing that this might be used in cases that don't have m-itx boards that don't have USB 3. So nice to see, guys. HD audio, and then your front panel connectors. And the thing here that I love to see is the front panel connectors are all, sure, they show some red and black, but they're all the same. And that to me is extremely important. In the back we have a Molex to 3 fan connectors, and also great to see because fan options on ITX boards can be limited. I probably will use these on my build rather than the onboard fan controller, just from the fact that this is going to be a home server for me, so I'm probably going to leave the fans on low all the time. This won't be under a real heavy load hardly ever. So let's take a look real quick. Grab my screwdriver and take out one of these chassis, the drive chassis for you guys. There, just all the screws are just a little tight from the factory, but not too bad. They want to make sure stuff doesn't come undone, and likely they're torqued down with a drill or a screwdriver or something. So I'm okay. Once you take them out once and put them in yourself, then it's your own fault if you have them in there too tight. Oops, there's one screw up front also on these. And this case is extremely well built, guys. If you're worried about build quality and something this size for something this price, because this is an extremely competitively priced case for the features you get, the build quality is not anywhere they skimped on. This is one of the best built ITX cases I've ever personally had. It does have a full aluminum front. It's not plastic that looks like aluminum. It actually is aluminum. And these drive cages are heavy gauge metal. So, you're not going to get a lot of vibration out of them. They come with these vibration rings, are extremely thick. I mean, this case is just, I'm actually very impressed. It has the nice Fractal design logo. Not that anybody's ever going to see it, but I think this case looks really smart. For a long time, I wasn't a big fan of the white and black, but when you see it in person, it just accents nicely. Realistically, unless you have a window on your case, the only white on this case you're ever going to see are the 2 back ports, and you're not going to see those because they're going to be, backed away from something, or maybe the white of the fan. But you know, those are accent colors, so you're not really going to see them. So overall, extremely impressed with this case. Like I said, you know, I think it is a slick looking little case. And I haven't done this for anything yet, but we're going to give this case the T3 Gold Award. I'm extremely surprised in the quality of this case. You know, I was expecting it to be good. I don't think I was expecting it to quite be, you know, as good as it is. One thing I just realized I missed on the side here, there are cable tie downs. You know, just little stuff like that in this case is, you know, what makes a big difference. We just did a build in a Silverstone Sugo SG09, and you know, there weren't any cable tie down knockouts or spots. You know, and that's a big deal when you're trying to do cable management in something this small and keep you know, things tidy, because airflow will be an issue in something this size. You know, it's just nice to see somebody, you know, to take the time to put in, you know, that few extra minutes of work on a case so that you can, you know, easily manage your cables, so that you can easily, you know, manage your airflow in the system. Like I said, guys, I don't know what else I can say. I highly recommend this case. The one thing you need to realize is this case does not have a spot for a DVD or CD drive. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you know, doing an install from a USB, and especially since I'm going to be using this for, you know, especially with, if you're using this for a small gaming machine, more and more stuff, you know, if you buy a game, you can go download it offline. So you just buy the game and then download it from online. Even though you may go buy the DVD version or the, you know, the CD version, you can still go register that game online and then download it from the online client for, like, so like Origin, any Steam games, any Blizzard games. Once you register them, you can download them all. Most software now is available online. Even Windows 8 you can buy as a download now. So, you know, as long as you have a USB key, you're set to go. Again, great case, great value, great features. You know, support for 6 hard drives in a case this small is amazing. You know, it actually has support. If you put a normal board in here, it has support for full height coolers, or you can put a you know, like H80 on the back, as long as you know, you don't stick out over the CPU too far. I think on this, the H80 would only be able to have either a push or a pull fan. I'm pretty sure if you put a push and a pull fan on it, it would go too far over where you're going to need to put the water block. Or maybe like an H60, something like the slim radiator. But you know, I would recommend, you know, if you're going to put something on this, I would put a, you know, like a Cooler Master, or, you know, one of the tall fin heat sinks on there. Put some, you know, nice big high quality fans on it and have it, you know, shoot straight out the back. I think you're gonna, you know, have a lot quieter system that way and a lot better airflow. So this is Tim for m-itx TV's first T3 Gold Award. Please subscribe, guys. We'll see you next time.